So I was been watching videos on scarcity trauma lately, right? Is the topic I've been watching videos on. And so I don't know if this relates, but it sure crossed my mind. I went to Starbucks and I went through the drive-thru and I was like, can I have a double shot? Caramel macchiato high, blah, 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 extra shot. And so I drive off and I started drinking and I was like, I can't drink this. Something's wrong with this. And then I circled back around and I walked in and I was like, there's something wrong with it. And he was like, you know, we were going back and forth with what should he make. And I was like, just the regular, just, you know, what I normally get. And he gave it to me, remade it. And so as I handed him my bank card, he was like, no, that's on me. And I was like, but it could be me and my taste buds or something's not right, you know, but it just wasn't right. But here, I'll pay for it again. And then, and you know, Starbucks, and for a double shot, Starbucks, I know I'm just lost my mind paying $7 and something for a cup of coffee, you know, with the double shot. And so as I'm walking off, I got 2 coffees in my hand. And I'm like, and I look at the garbage, and I turn away, and I'm getting ready to go out the door, and something clicks in my head about the scarcity trauma, and I'm cursing, walking all the way back to the garbage, like, shit, you know, and I just dump it in the garbage, throw it in the garbage, and then I walk outside when I cook my coffee that he remade, and I'm like, you know, things do go in your head that you watch. Things do go in your head that people say. Things go in your head when you're around certain things and certain people on a daily basis. You can't prevent that, or you can try to prevent that, but and be aware. Once you're aware of it, it really, really helps, right? But it's powerful how things can get in that head. And so I want to add to this also, you know, just thinking about the things that go into the mind. I can only talk for me, myself. And then I was watching something that said, be careful of, you know, like people that play music with their videos. They something like in other words, you should dismiss them because it's not about each individual. They can't comprehend that it's about each individual and everybody's different. And one of those concepts of eat the fish, spit out the bones, eat the chicken, throw away the bone, the beef, the bone, whatever, right? And so it's just strictly if they play music with their videos, something wrong with them. And so my thing is, for me, for myself, even though I've heard that, it kind of gets into my brain and I'm like, should I play music with my video? Should I not play music with my video? But you know what? I know who I am. I know what I'm trying to say. And it's not to impress anyone. I love music. Whether it comes from, and knowing my background, whether it comes from, you know, singing in the choir or singing growing up with my grandma as the preacher, or just singing, and then growing up to just listening to, during my phase of the years, listening to all different types of music. I love music, and I love the way it sounds in the background when I'm doing a video. So just because somebody say that, it's not going to stop me personally, because it's not that I don't care what other people think and say. It's just that it makes me feel good when I watch some people's videos and I hear the music in the background, but I'm paying attention to the words that they're saying. I know how to decipher that, and I know how to feel good from what am I looking for in their words? What am I looking for with the music in the background that comes together? So I think everybody's different. It's individual choice of how they're receiving it, and everybody's different. Everybody have a choice on how they are presenting, regardless if somebody say stop that shit.